Hello everyone, Mr. Happy Zap here once again. Well, finally I'm going to give you an update on my front end loader build. I don't know if I discussed this yet, but what I did is I moved the valve body off of the, trying not to point too much, off of the frame. So now the valve body itself is going to stay with the tractor. And I'm going to have quick connects, as you can see here, these are for the 2 cylinders on each side. Of course, I've got them teed off here on each side for the actual lift, and then these 2 will be for my bucket. So that's what I've done there, and I think it's going to work pretty good. I mean, it sticks out a bit, but I just have to be careful not ripping through anywhere. Should work well. Once again, that way, when I take off the front end loader part of it, I can take it off here, here, and these will stay with the tractor. So it'll make for a smaller footprint instead of having this thing and I was trying to quick connect the large ones, and it got to be too much of a hassle. I had a problem with pressure buildup, which I shouldn't have, and we thought that might be it. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here now. Originally, I had a clutch on here. Hang on, I'm going to go get the clutch to show you this. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. Now this clutch here, I have it set up for my 14 so that I can be cutting these off. And I have it splined so I can run some kind of PTO equipment if I want to, but run it off the clutch. Of course, it won't be live all the time back here. Now I tried to do the same thing here, and of course the spline's not here. It was just the actual insert for the shaft on the pump. And I mean, no matter what I did to the clutch is going to have a bit of a wobble in it. It's just inherent in the clutch. It's not, I don't know, for some reason it's just not super tight. And for some reason, with the wobble, and no matter how well I tried to connect this pump to the clutch, for some strange reason I kept blowing there's a seal back in there, a shaft seal. I kept blowing it. Now we thought it might be high pressure or something. Still might be. I have to put the tank back on and redo and kind of look at my plumbing again. But so I'll be direct drive now with the pump itself. Everybody asked me why didn't I take use the pump on the front end on the tractor itself. Well, there's only so much oil in there, and then you have to have oil. And if you have any leaks or whatever, then and then you don't have enough oil in your transmission, then you could run into problems. So I wanted to leave the tranny oil reservoir on its own and not have to mess with it. That way it's dedicated once again just to the transmission itself. The only thing I might do, I have a cylinder, I might try and put power steering. I'm still thinking about putting power steering on this little number, and I've got an orbital valve sitting in the wings to put on here, and then that way, but that will, because that's the original, it's a 4-port orbital valve, not a 5-port. That was originally what came with these tractors. 16, on 1416s, they're an option, and then horsepower is above that. They came with power steering, I believe. So I'm thinking about putting, all depends on how hard it is to turn the wheels once I get the front end loader on. So anyway, I thought I'd give you this update. That's what I'm doing. My next step is to put the tank back on, plumb everything back up, and turn it over, see how this thing's working, and hopefully I have to make sure still have to work with the brackets. The brackets off the old setup aren't quite in line, so I have to work with them. And then get this solidified, and hopefully the pump stays with the tractor, and it'll always be running, which my hydraulics guy said shouldn't be a problem at all. Even on startup, there's really no horsepower required for that. So there you go, update. I know a lot of you have been wondering, maybe you've been wondering, but wonder no more. That's the steps. So that's my next steps. And I don't know, I might have these front cylinders there. My front cylinders, I might have them pumping oil through there yet before the snow flies. Other than that, once again, Mr. Happy Zap here, and Mr. Happy Zap says, keep a cool tool. Bye for now.